Hello, hello. Sir David the Bard out of Australia, down here in Kangaroo City to report. I don't like doing these reports on the Mormon Church. I really don't. But you know, when you see a circus, you kind of have to just stare at the people because they're interesting. Okay. Anyway, here's another sad story and train wreck concerning the Mormon Church. Let me get the young man's name, because the Mormons always go, oh, you know, you're just lying, you're just lying. This is in the Desert News. Elder Thomas Milo Bennett of Window Rock, Arizona. Okay, he was on his mission in Wyoming. And, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, in South Dakota, Rapid City Mission. Died after being admitted to the hospital for nausea early in the day. Now, let me tell you something. I am a quad bypass survivor, much to the dismay of my ex-wives, who have tried unsuccessfully to tell the hospital never to let me in again, that they want me just to plain die. Well, one of the symptoms of a heart attack it can be nausea. It can be nausea. You just start throwing up. I didn't. But yeah, and I didn't have the pain down the left arm or anything like that either. So anyway, here's this young man on a mission for the Mormon Church. And so what they did is they said, gee, this kid is sick. We need to send him home. Well, here's why. And this is the thing that upsets me. This is the thing that upsets me about the Mormons. If they treat the missionary in the mission, the church has to pay for that. If they send his ass home with his body parts just hanging on him, then the parents have to pay. So now you see why this young man died. It was a negligence of the Mormon Church and their mission policies and their pocketbooks. Missionaries are not supposed to cost the church anything. Missionaries are supposed to bring new people in to pay tithing. And you know they're not allowed to baptize anyone unless they promise to pay tithing, 10% of their gross income for the rest of their lives. This young man was being sent home in 3 days because he was sick and the church didn't want to, put him in a hospital or take care of him. Not at all. Now, there's hospitals in that state that are capable of handling heart attacks and other kinds of major procedures, but the church says, well, let's send his ass home, and if he dies on the plane or at home, we don't have to pay. Well, the kid started throwing up and evidently convulsing. They didn't say convulsing, but they did say throwing up. And so they put him in the hospital. He died. Let me see how long he was in the hospital. He passed away. Let me take a look here. How long was he in there? Admitted to the hospital for nausea earlier in the day. Later in the day, same damn day, he died of a heart attack, and he's 21 years old. What is the Mormon Church doing? This wasn't a third world country. This kid didn't go into a third world country. He went into the United States mission. So here he is dead. Now there's another one dead. Oh, God, I think it was, again, Guatemala. It seems like missionaries drop like flies in Guatemala. Two of the lady missionaries were kidnapped. One kid was trying to stop the roof from leaking and grabbed an electrical wire hanging from it and was electrocuted. And now there's another one down there in Guatemala that was riding in the back of a pickup truck because they don't have transportation. Went around the corner and flipped him out, and he's dead. Now this one's dead. Does the church subtract how many missionaries die? Or they say, we have 70,000 missionaries, but 6,000 are dead. Come on. This is a sad situation, and you treat human beings like you want to be treated. Do unto others, I believe, is a strong principle of good living. When I had chest pains, and decided, gee, I should have that checked out. I immediately went into the hospital. They checked me and put in 5 stents, 2 one time and 3 another time, and then a 4th time I went in and they did quad bypass. I'm still here. The bar is still here. Much to the dismay of my ex-wives. That young missionary, if he had been my child, I wouldn't have scheduled him to go home and blame it on him and his parents and make his parents pay for everything. I would have put him in the hospital as soon as I had seen symptoms that warranted a hospital. But the church delayed, and they had to get a flight for him, and they had to do this and get a mission release and go all through their policies and procedures while he's dying. And finally, at the very end, they couldn't put him on the plane, throwing up all over the place, so they put him in the hospital, and that night he died. What does that show? It shows he had heart stress and strain and trauma, and he needed heart assistance, whether it's stents or surgery, who knows what it was. But they didn't put him in the hospital and take those angiograms and x-rays and MRIs. The church didn't want to pay for that. You know, my quad bypass pushed right at $100,000. Church goes, hell, you know, we can buy in half of them all for that. So anyway, I just think it's sad, and I think it's typical of the Mormon church, how it is money, money, money. And here's a young 21-year-old that died because he didn't get medical care when he needed it. The church was trying to push him home and make his parents pay for the heart surgery, and the young man died. So this is typical of the Mormon church. Pay, pay, pay. And I'm just sorry for the family and sorry the situation happened. But boy, I'm sure not surprised. Thanks.